Dr. Kim Anderson, our crop marketing specialist, is here now. Kim, the big question this week, have wheat prices finally bottomed out?
I think we've hit the bottom. Wheat prices got down around $5.35. Gained back relatively well. I think, 540 or 550 is probably the real floor. We went below that. We got back up to near $6. We're around 560, something like that right now. If you look at the average Oklahoma wheat price, it's $5.85. If you look at ending stocks in right now for U.S. wheat, projected to be around 700 million bushels, 850 is the average. You look at the world, ending stocks 9.5 billion bushels, 5-year average 9.6, 10-year average 10.3. So we're below average in both U.S. and the world on wheat stocks, and so I think wheat prices should hold above 585, probably up in the 620, 630 range.
How are corn and soybean prices looking?
Well, if you look at corn prices, they've broken and went down, got down into around that 440 level. I think corn prices have probably bottomed out. The harvest is pretty much over. Southern hemisphere is not harvesting very much right now. So you've got corn prices up around 460, so they've came off that bottom. You look at corn ending stocks in U.S., 2.15 billion bushels. The average is 1.7. Excess corn, so you'd expect a below average price right now. The world has average stocks, and that's a positive. So we got corn prices 450, 460. The average is 480. If you look at soybeans, that's the good news. Beans broke for a while. They got down around below $12. Came back up, running $12.50 to $13.20, somewhere in that range. You look at soybean stocks, 250 million bushels. The average is 450. Tight beans in the United States. But worldwide, you've got well above average ending stocks for soybeans, so that kind of weighs on the other end. So you'd expect bean prices, the average is 1070, they're up around 1240, something right in there now, and so you'd expect them to hold up there with our tight stocks.
How about cotton? How's it looking?
Well, cotton's broken just a little bit. We were running up 85, 86 there for a good while. Cotton prices got down to 76, 77, back up around 78. Looks like cotton's going to hold relatively steady. You'll remember that the crop came in a little higher than expected. Tight ending stocks or below average ending stocks in both U.S. and the world.
Let's talk about this next growing year and the 2024 crop. How are prices kind of looking? What's the outlook for wheat?
Well, if you look at wheat, prices slight right now. The market's offering 20 or 30 cents higher price than it is now. That's probably a pretty good estimate.
How are beans and corn looking for 2024?
Well, if you look at the forward contract for corn, about 20, 25 cents higher than current prices, so a little bit higher expectations for corn. On soybeans, it's just the other way, about 80 cents less than current prices. So looks like slightly lower prices for beans, slightly higher prices for corn and wheat.
And then we also want to keep an eye on cotton.
Cotton, there you look out in the forward months and out into the 24 marketing year. Cotton prices 4 or 5, maybe 6 cents lower than current prices.
Okay, Kim, thanks a lot. We'll see you next week.